The board keeps getting boosted, and Broover's just going in, man. Like, it's pretty crazy, really. We've got carryover. We've got points on the board. Yes, guys, what's up? Specimen, Broover Hoog. He is in the building. 12 new cards. I've been testing them all out by this point. Make sure you subscribe to the channel to see the best decks, the most spicy competitive decks with these new cards. Big up to CDPR for all the changes as well. I'm having so much fun. Lockdown as well, getting reworked is just the icing on the cake, because on day one of the patch, when you're playing a deck that relies on its passive ability like Forge, with all dwarfs gaining 1 armor, you don't just get cucked by Lockdown just by queuing into it. And I have to say, it's great. It really is. Broover Hoog is the card that dwarfs needed. Big powerhouse value card with great synergy with the leader ability, and he is gaining 1 armor for every dwarf in your hand. And if he has armor, he boosts all dwarfs in this row. But the dwarfs in the row have to have armor. Fortunately, of course, Hack and Forge is armor. And there's multiple ways of gaining armor with this deck as well. Just to show you one example, Zoltan's Company spawns 3 rowdy dwarfs on an allied row. And if you control Zoltan, give 1 armor to all dwarfs on that row. So let's just have a quick look to see what old Zoltan looks like. There's actually 3 of them. There are 3 of them, because there's also this geezer, Zoltan Scoundrel. We are just using Zoltan Warrior and Zoltan Give as well. But yeah, what this means is if I've got a Zoltan down on the board, bear in mind this is a resilience card as well, so it'll carry over. I can slam Zoltan's Company. Not only will it spawn the 3 rowdy dwarfs, it's going to give them all armor and all other dwarfs on that row as well. So the synergy with Broover there is fantastic. Also, Broover as an engine, you want to get him down early. So ways of playing lots of dwarfs with armor quickly is going to be super important. So if you imagine I've got Zoltan carrying over, I could then slam like Zoltan's Company, and then I could slam Broover. Or I've got Zoltan as carryover, I could then slam Justice into a Hack and Volunteers, because of course with Justice you need to have a dwarf on the board first before you can use this. So I could have Zoltan down, Justice into Volunteers, into Zoltan's Company, which would give both the Volunteers, which they already would have the armor, but the Cleaver's Muscle armor as well, just in case anything's been pinged off. So there's lots of things you can do with it. Slam the Broover down, jobs are good. And now, of course, with Zoltan Warrior, you've also got the option of swarming lots of dwarfs early on. So I think that's a really nice use of this card. 3 dwarfs at once in the front row. Or in the range row, you can boost all allied rowdy dwarfs. You're not going to do that very often. But of course, Zoltan Warrior has this great synergy with Monroe. Now, these cards are quite difficult to fit in, but the deck really does need some top end, and I'm convinced it is the way to go with all-in dwarfs. Monroe is absolutely crazy. This card's so flipping good. You get a double Berserker from a rowdy dwarf. So, of course, if you go for Zoltan first, and then you go for a Monroe, you're absolutely laughing. And there are other ways of getting rowdy dwarfs. If we just take a quick look in the deck builder, there are a couple of ways, none amazing. I think the best way is Figus, of course. He's got that extra armor, and of course playing 2 dwarfs at once is just another card that's great with Broover to get dwarfs down early on in the round. There's also the Dwarven Chariot, which actually just got buffed in the most recent patch. It now has a cooldown where you can give armor once per turn. Still don't think it's great. Added to that, Saskia, who also got buffed because she now has Harmony, can spawn a rowdy dwarf that gets boosted, which is not really any synergy with Monroe at all. So yeah, these cards don't make the cut, but these other ones do. So a card we should definitely look at that's a big powerhouse of this Dwarven deck is the Mahakam Guard. This is a big payoff card. You want to row stack with Broover, you want to row stack with the Mahakam Guard. This card has always been fantastic for 4 provisions. The rest of the deck just hasn't been quite up to scratch. Added to that as well, Barkley Els got buffed about a month ago, and this is what these little tweaks here and there really do begin to have a big impact, because a month ago this change didn't really do much, but now it goes a long way. So Barkley Els is like basically a gold version of the Mahakam Guard, and he's just great as well. You can boost several things that you might want to keep alive, like your Defender, even Broover, etc. with Barkley. So pretty flipping nice there. Also, armor can transform into points in a lot of the time with this deck. So temperings and miners are great because they're able to give armor to dwarfs. And another example of where armor transforms into points is the Pyrotechnician. Of course, with the +1 off of Mahakam Forge, this card is just absolutely nuts at 4 power and 3 armor. It's great even without that extra bit of armor, so you know it must be good in this one. We're also playing Marauders, which just make a lot of sense when you've got Justice as a consistent way of getting the bonded ability. They're proactive. Also, the 1 armor does come in handy as well. It makes them more difficult to remove. That is all the 4 provision dwarfs. Of course, you've got agitateds and skirms. I haven't gone for those. In at 5, there's also the berserkers, which are high consideration. I've not gone for those either. So we've already got Zoltan in the deck. We are also playing Gabor, which is another bit of potential resilience. Gabor has the flexibility of either being played in the front row for resilience or immunity in the back row. And of course, he also is getting boosted every time we play a dwarf. And of course, we're playing a lot of flipping dwarfs. So Gabor, not forgetting, of course, he has the 1 armor as well, so more difficult to remove. Absolutely brilliant in this deck. Another way of transforming armor into points is with Yarpen, because his barricade ability loses the armor and boosts them by that much. So he's a great target for your leader ability. He comes in at just a flat 9 points because he's got 5 points, 1 armor, which means 6, damages by 3. But then great target for tempering from your leader ability, for the armor from miners as well. So he doesn't have the best synergy with Brouver, but if you play him to the right of Brouver, you'll still get a tick with Brouver from him. And as I say, it's just nice to have these cards that you can give leader charges. There's also a card in at 6 that I forgot to mention, which is Paulie. It's a nice movement tech. Movement, of course, very nice against decks like Keltalis, but also he gets that nice bit, that nice order of giving 2 armor, which, as mentioned several times, can transform itself into some points. Now you might be thinking, okay, it's a Neuromancy next. We're actually playing Devotion for exactly 0 Devotion payoff, which is a bit of a shame there's no Devotion dwarfs. If you look at all the Devotion cards, it's actually Eldain who got the Devotion, which is a little bit sad. I think Brouver would have benefited from it a bit more. There's no dwarfs that are Devotion, so even though we're playing Devotion, we have no payoff for it. The reason we're playing Devotion simply is because we want to stack as many dwarfs as we possibly can into the deck. That makes sense to do so. And rather than playing a Neuromancy, Call of the Forest is just 3 provisions cheaper, and you get an extra point on it. Okay, you can only use it once, you can use a Nero twice. But Call just can shoot at everything except the Justice and the Zoltan's Company. So I've gone for Call to fit more cards in. Xavier's the last card. This is just an auto-include card in a Forge deck because he starts with this 1 armor, which means he starts boosting straight away. I played some decks earlier on stream. Hope you guys enjoy the gameplay. What decks do you want to see me make? Because I'm all down for anything you want, I'll do. Starting off with the most competitive decks, though, with the new cards, and then we can move on to maybe some more memey stuff as well. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Deuces.
There'll be nothing to pick up when I'm done with you.
Let's go, baby. My hair's not looking too hot. Not gonna lie, chat. Please forgive me. I'm not sure I should be mulliganing the thinning card. I'm just used to it. It's like natural. Okay. I can't see properly. Great start. All going smoothly. Tempering's okay. We're going first. Diver's gonna be the first play. I think. Maybe it's a Pyrotech first. Use a Pyrotech, don't need to, and let's lose this. I know. Maybe I'm probably too gold heavy, but he's what it is.
Devil's blitter it all.
For the clan! For Skellige!
Is this worth it? Doubtful, I would say. I'd say that is doubtful, but that was worth it. But you could say I walked into that by not clicking the stratagem, right? You could say that. It would be fair. Equally, though, this guy has used, like, their whole flipping leader. Don't I just win a long run? Like, how would I lose?
Either with my shield or on it.
Maybe I'm wrong, but, like, I kind of feel good in a long round, honestly. Dump this, I guess.
Got a hearty hankering for Gwent.
How's everyone doing? What kind of decks you been playing? What do you want to see today? We're going to start off definitely with some of this. We're going to play some Cleaver. I want to play Rico. You guys need to see Rico in action. The guy's actually a madman. Yeah, my mulligans were completely terrible in this matchup. I got it very, very wrong. I needed more bronze cards to just slam. But Rico, guys, is so flipping good. Send the message and confirm the order. Noodles. Korean. Right, I'm going to message him. Did you get me some same yang noodles, please? Been recommended them. Okay. Oh, mate, I do like a bit of spice, though. I do like a bit of spice. I didn't know you were Indian, Shwan. Winner. I do like a bit of spice. As it happens. Who's the tempering? Yeah, like the volunteer that I mulligan in round 1 was such a stinker mulligan, right? Disaster, really. I'm going to lose it just because I'm looking for some carryover plays. I'm expecting to not get pushed here, basically. Oh, let's the sage go up.
Start with me. The wild boar of the sea.
Wild boar of the sea, yeah?
A wee hint. Dinny jiggle this.
Why haven't you uploaded on YouTube? Yeah, everything's sweet. I had like a week off from Gwent. There's a video going up tonight, Desert Crow. I should have had like a YouTube video for yesterday, but my head's a bit
We raid, we
all over
fight,
the gaff a
we
bit.
plunder.
I'm alright.
Full service. Whoa, those gunners are in for a waddle.
How Dwarfs going? Fed traps? I've barely played with Dwarfs, but I think they're pretty good. Was my gut feeling. As soon as I saw that this new card, I was like, this is pretty decent. I think Red Rune's had success too. I'm going to go Figures first here.
They'll nay take one plowing
Because then I can go Gabor, right? In the front. This will actually be the perfect time for our opponent to pass. Although it's not a great pass, it just denies us getting our resilience cards down. I've got 2 ready to go, right? But the thing is, Dwarfs is just a nice... Oh, that's awkward.
bloody witch.
Oh, okay, nice one. They mistimed it.
Oh, can murder a pint.
We get our resilience boy down, ×1. We've got another one coming as well, Zoltan.
Clan Curesuck, clan and crit. Arm at last. Come the horse sons.
Happy days. That's a lot of carryover, chat. Yeah, the carryover is just what you want to see in it. Carryover is just what we're looking for here. It's a big selling point of this deck, for certain. So, obviously here I could go for a guard and it's enough, but we could also just go for the Barclay and boost our figures. Be a bit greedy though.
Water. That is a poison.
I guess it doesn't really make a big difference. I could have just gone for it, right?
Need a good slapping. All together!
For Mahagam.
Do we ever take our leader here? It's never enough, is it, anyway? So, no point. But, like, look at these 10 for 4s, chat. Like, with armor. Pretty nuts.
I've got to get this stinking mess in order.
Cool. So, we're looking absolutely sweet. Obviously, I've used my Call, which is my only consistency card, but we've got the Zoltan, which is just a 10-point card on its own. We've got 2 Dwarfs in the front row carrying over. Unfortunately, armor doesn't carry over. And we've got the Brouver as well, ready to go. Can we find Old Matey? Oh, we don't find Old Matey being Monroe himself. So since none of these guys have armor anyway, I guess it just makes sense to go Volunteers first, right? And then Brouver. Is the most Dwarfs with armor.
Can dwarves fight?
It's a shame Brouver doesn't boost himself. Is bleeding Dwarfs the right move? I don't know, honestly. Like, my opponent kind of played this game pretty weirdly. Truth be told.
Mahagam wasn't built in a day.
So Brouver's not playing for insane value at the moment, but, you know. We've also got Paulie, who can move this Bear Witcher away.
Need a hand? Just chop one off.
Yeah. Double
We're tempering our Brouver here as well for the armor. And he's just doing a job, right? And then finally Zoltan's just going to come in this front row, filling it up perfectly. 9 Dwarfs. We can give another one of them armor. We'll just give our Brouver armor again with Paulie. Paulie just showing his worth here, right? Straight away. Love it. We didn't even find Monroe, right? But Brouver just smurfed the leader. We saw the value of Paulie. Like the movement played for 3 points, 2 points, and the armor played for a ton of points too. Slight work, baby. Let's go.
You crossed the wrong sorceress.
Great title, if you ask me. Alright, let's not mulligan the volunteers this time. Up against P-Strike, round control is going to be really nice. And then getting some carryover. We want like a pretty bronze heavy hand if at all possible. Yo, Bubble. It's alright, man. Thank you. I woke up a bit earlier than usual, though I stayed in bed the whole time. At least I woke up earlier. Use the volunteers because I can just play them off Justice, right? Mine is like a nice early play. Don't want too many gold cards here, really. Kind of difficult to mulligan anything here. Might just be the hand. Maybe we lose a... Nah, this might just be the hand. I think it's a reasonable hand. While playing, with the mouse, you click the mouse thing down. The mouse thing. Mouse wheel. Alright. Pyro to open up. Could have just started with old Xavier. But I'm a bit worried he's going to get clapped. Not the clap, clapped. It's a big difference, chat. Alright. It is quite a big difference there. Xavier's certainly going to get clapped now if I play him in the front row, so let's not do that. Guess I could have gone for Justice first, but...
Never ever whistle in a mine.
An hero is a good consideration in this deck, you mean? I don't think so. No, like, so I also had this discussion a minute ago with some TLG peeps. Like, for me, now I kind of want to go front row defender because of good ball. I'm just gonna play my defender front row here. Whatever. This is a pretty good pass for them, honestly. No, like, you have to play Monroe, like, top end card. Like, this card's just huge. You could play Dwarven Chariot if, like, you're worried about not having enough Rowdy Dwarfs, but, like, you've got Zoltan's company at the end of the day. And Nero is just wasting provisions, right? Like, it's not a good use of your provisions.
Devil, polluter it all.
Okay. I mean, they still have the pass, but I don't think we really care if they pass, because then I can just push into the next round and get carryover. But yeah, like, I think not playing Monroe is just... And I played a game without them, right? And I was instantly like, oh my god, I want these cards in the deck, please. But the volunteers are a pretty big investment, but obviously they just set up our guards ready to go. So, definitely just seems like the play. The thing is as well with Zoltan, right? Zoltan just puts Dwarfs in the row. Like, as a 10-point card, he's just good, right? He has his own armor. You want Dwarfs in the row, right, for things like Mahakam guards. You run 2 resilience cards. Yeah, but like a Nero is just an expense. I'm playing Cool, right? Cool is 3 provisions cheaper. This is my consistency card here, right? Really? What? Guys, what is this Shiro? This is so bad. This is such a bad Shiro, man. All leader Shiro? Really? I mean, gets me ahead, right?
Damn the horse son!
And you can see just how important Zoltan is, just as like another way of putting Dwarfs on the board, right? And okay, Monroe's going to be a little bit lackluster, very lackluster now, which is probably why the deck could do with some Dwarven Chariots. I will not deny that fact. I will not deny that fact. So if we were to play Zoltan here, Zoltan plays as an 8, right? So I'd have to leader as well. Guard just plays as a 6. Just forfeits. Cool. That made life pretty easy, actually. But yeah, this is where definitely the consideration for Dwarven Chariot comes in as well, because you have more uses for Monroe, right? The reason Neuromancy is so good is if you're running like a Purify, and if you're running like a Heat Wave, right? So you can answer Defender, you can answer Dash, etc., right? But as soon as you're not playing a Purify and a Heat Wave, like, why are you playing a Neuromancy? You know what I mean? Like, Call of the Forest tutors everything except for Tempering and Justice. Like, this is the only card you can, like, you care about tutoring with the Nero over Call, right? And Call's plus 1 point. Okay, you can only use it once, but it's 3 provisions cheaper. You know? The deck has thinning as well with Justice and Volunteers. Not loads, but it does have thinning. Okay, we need to mulligan some golds here. I don't think I overdid the mulligans on golds. Yeah, I mean, I can definitely see Dwarven Chariots being the motive. I just think it's very difficult to cut. Like, that's the main thing, Berserkers and Dwarven Chariots, right? But, like, you probably cut poorly, right? Oof, cutting poorly doesn't seem like fun to me. Knickers. Okay, could be up against a dash friend. Wouldn't be that surprising, honestly. I think adding Forv's like just a waste, right? You don't need her. Like, I thought about playing her too, but don't need her. I'm pretty sure she's just unnecessary.
Neath the ground rest countless wretches and corpses. For to marry a man! To die, but to marry is to die a good death!
That's a bloody long voice line, mate. Calm down. But yeah, this is the best way to play Foltest, I think, in a Meve deck. I'm going to try it myself.
You're lucky to keep your head.
I probably should have boosted this right in case I want to go for Isn't Lamp bad because it robs you? Yeah, mate, Lamp might be bad. I could see that argument for sure. This is just a really easy pass for us, right? But like, I don't want to use TA, right? Like, TA is just gonna claim to tool punish too much. But yeah, I think Meve is the way to play Foltest. I actually like the inclusion of Knickers in this deck too, but they still didn't have enough juice. Because otherwise Foltest is way too clunky. You need to set up the dumb banners, you need to set up a boost card, you need to, you know... Whereas with this you can play Foltest and boost in the same turn. Without having to play like a drummer first. Because at that point your opponent could just pass most... excuse me, most of the time. Wow, that's an expensive card to be playing, isn't it?
Non-humans.
Why is this a Dahlia play? This is so unnecessary, right? Are we getting triple dumb bannered? Could be a triple dumb banner deck. That would actually be really cool to see. I like that idea. Even if it's not, I might rob that idea for my own. They've given me an idea, even if they're not doing it intentionally. I feel like they are though. I have a suspicion it might be a triple dumb banner deck. Veta? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, chat. We're getting flipping triple dumb bannered, mate. Nothing we can do about it either. So, we could go Gabor here. Resilient Gabor, maybe. Open up. Be fair. If we have Zoltan down first, and then we go Zoltan's Company, we gain Bear Armor. Not sure how relevant that is, though. We could just go Zoltan's Company to start off with and see what they do. But I would also like to go... If they pass, I would also like to have Zoltan and Gabor down, right? So let's just go for it. I think, guys, I'm going to try some triple commandos. Triple, whatever they're called. I think my opponent's actually playing it, though, right?
Alert! To arms!
Aye, aye, sir.
And that's what's happening here, chat. We're in a bit of a sticky situation. Maybe I was supposed to start off with Zoltan's Company and slam the Monroe, right? This plays for 10, 11. This is an 11-point play. This is a 9. That's 20 points. It's actually enough exactly, right?
Damn the horseman!
They were to pass it. I have enough exactly with Zoltan. Zoltan into Zoltan things. So does Monroe get me ahead here? Monroe plays as a 7 plus... He's a 7 plus... 2 is 9. Plus 4. 13 points. So yeah, he gets me ahead by 1, right? I'm going to double check the maths, but I'm 99% sure that's correct. So he plays for 7, which puts me at 24. These two improved by 1, that's 26. And they do 4 damage, that's 30.
Might be none too tall, but I crack skulls as well as any other. Dance! Dance with my death!
This is what I'm saying, chat. This top end, whew, filth, absolute filth.
Temeria had yet to
Assault comes in.
Elf must die.
They just need to stay ahead at all costs, right?
Alert to arms.
We're 20 down. It's not going to happen. I'm gaining 4 points passively from my berserkers. So I need a 16-point play, which I just don't have, right? I'm pretty sure Broover's not going to be 16 points. He could be close, though. He could certainly be close. Broover's a 7 plus 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17-point play on Broover. So Broover's playing for 17 points here, chat. 17 points would put me at 43, but then obviously the armor tick, so Broover's actually enough. And you want to be careful with your Broover placement as well. You want to put them to the left of the berserkers, because when these lose armor, but like look at these powerhouse cards, how many points they're just getting for us. It's ridiculous, absolutely nuts.
Nothing like a dwarf to get you out of a tight spot.
Like the top end of dwarfs is really crazy now, how good it is. And we've still got more carryover to come in. Like obviously Barkley, Guard are going to be competing because we're kind of filling up, but that's just hand management, right? I could have mulliganed some of these cards.
I killed for less.
Okay, we've got an opportunity to play Zoltan, so let's absolutely take that opportunity before it's too late. Obviously he's a dwarf with armor. The board keeps getting boosted, and Broover's just going in, man. Like it's pretty crazy, really. We've got carryover. We've got points on the board. You like the chariots? Okay, but like the chariots don't do that much, really. Like, okay, they would do like a chariot would do a lot here, but like I'm already winning this round as well, right? Also, like Zoltan's company would give armor to everything here. I don't know, like I just think what card would you say that we could cut for the chariots? I don't think chariots are that good. Like chariots would not be doing that much here, right? They're okay. I would say like a single chariot I could get behind. I would say kind of difficult to include though.
Right.
By guard here, jobs are good in. We don't really need this Brouver, right? To tick because we're just so far ahead.
A superb specimen, truly.
I think chariots are good, but I don't think I need it.
Ah, should have listened to me, old lady.
I mean, I guess I'm just playing another guard, right?
What?
It's wholesome 8 and sorry, an 11 for 4, but it's actually a 12, right? Very nuts. You see the power of the deck, chat. Let's not forget as well. We've got Zoltan, we've got Gabor in the front row already. So we can Sam Zoltan's company in the front row, and then Barkley's still going to be a lot of points. It's definitely a shame we had to play both guards here. Like there would have been a lot of points. Now we might be getting triple done bannered, let's not forget. Figus as well is great here. The miner is only worth 6 points. Davier's great, and we lose the Marauder here, right, every time. In search of Yarpen or Paulie. Particularly Yarpen, really. So we could start with Xavier. It's a little bit more safe to just start off with Figus though, right? Just get protected. Stay protected. But this is an example of as well where Zoltan's company can give armor to the whole row of dwarfs, right? Yeah, we actually are playing against the triple dumb banners.
A superb specimen, truly.
You've got to love to see it, man. That's very sick. We need to try this for ourselves. I can tell you this, chat. My opponent is getting a GG. Xavier, ready to go.
A superb specimen.
The carryover
truly.
doing its job. I mean, you can get 9 done banners pretty comfortably, I think. As evidenced.
Alert to arms.
Bloody hell, that's a lot of points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if we play Zoltan's company in the front row, gives us a perfect Barkley. The armor's useless on this as well. Like the movement's not doing anything either. So we just play this last say, I guess. Everything gets armor as well, which obviously isn't relevant here. I mean, if they play Lacerate, it would be, right? But if we had Brouver, you'd just be loving life, right?
These wicked mages have muddled your mind. a move on, lads. Look alive.
Okay, it's going to be close. It's going to be close. Is it a Scytheman finisher? Scytheman finisher, maybe. It is. Do we lose?
This harvest will be reaping black clad. Just let me reach the bridge. The bridge, I beg you.
Oh, we actually lost. Crazy world. We had no use for our tempering. Wow, what a performance from our opponent. This, like these guards in round 1, in round 2 hurt a lot.